Hey, live from Ground Zero, the zombie apocalypse. Hey, it's Miguel, aka Miggy420. You know me from the great hits of Free Delisi, Free Craig Cecil, Free Lance Glore, and many more. Hold on a second, let me turn this light on real quick. Oh boy. Sometimes things don't go as you plan. All right then. Stay tuned to the end so I can tell you how to get some free Boveda packs, Bovita, however you want to say it. He's cool with it. It's all good. Let's get straight to it. Straight to it. God damn, I can't talk today. The Washington State Liquor and Control Board needs to implement emergency home delivery systems. Let's face it, this is some real shit here in Seattle. Businesses are closing, restaurants, venues. This shit is real. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you are a bartender, waitress, people who are their revenue is large events, you're gonna have to figure out something else. This hit my boy, not the virus itself, but the regulations. He was gonna have a nice concert, really up and coming hip hop people in the Seattle area. Everything's closed out here, so. Yeah. Emergency. They should have closed bars and restaurants in Illinois. And there's also here. Let me show you guys. Besides Illinois, people in Boston area are apparently butthurt that the residents are they're stockpiling. Not Boston, excuse me. Here it is. I think it's Michigan. Let's see. Oh, it's Philadelphia. Jesus. Restaurant are stunned. State's request to close, but not medical dispensaries. And the reason for all this, the reason for the not dispensaries, but bars and restaurants. It's because of large populations, right? Large gatherings. Dudes, no shit. I could have had this thing in February on Valentine's Day. I don't know. And we'll never know unless I got testing. But the thing is, this is happening in February. I live and work in Ground Zero area. 80% chance odds I could have had it, thinking I'm still alive. Personally, I'm scared of this thing because as an asthmatic, this is probably what got me through my 2.5, 3 weeks of being sick. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm going to talk to you. What I'm going to tell you to do is wash your hands and just keep the distance, bros. But home deliveries in every state for cannabis needs home delivery in these times, this emergency times. It's affecting everybody. I looked into our Washington State board to find out what their stances on this, and all they do is direct you to goddamn CDC, not CDC, but Washington State's. Let me make it bigger for y'all. Yeah, so all they do is they go, here, click on this link to find out precautions. So you click on the link, and then you go to the Washington State page. I mean, it's all the same shit. It's all, practice common sense. I mean, as a germaphobe, I've always had things. Sean, it's not a hoax. I mean, 30 some odd people died north of me. I don't work that far from the old folks home that was one of the beginning places here in Washington. And I've never seen in my lifetime a city shut down the way it has. I'm a public commuter. And so here's another thing. So if I did have it back when in February, because this has been going on for a while, I was down for a good 4 days, but then I went to work feeling with the chest heavy and all that because why? I got to pay bills and do shit. So you gotta stay away from that hoax bullshit because this is a thing, man. I had to share wrench to share links. I'd show you. I don't get that part, bro. But I'm telling you, this ain't no joke. From someone coming from Seattle area, wash your fucking hands. And to top it off, this is a trickle down right to the industry as far as the home deliveries, but it's also affecting the parts for vaping, right? So this is definitely hitting the industry in multiple ways. The cannabis industry, rather. And it's scary shit, but if you take precautions and do what you gotta do, we'll all get through this. That's the thing, man. Just common sense shit. Unfortunately, we got a toddler that's fucking running the show, so who knows and how far this will go. I don't have any confidence in any of the leadership that we have. And to tell you, it's like, first off, he's not a good businessman. All right. Tell me one thing this man's ever done that created a substantial, thing. There's not. When you come from so much money that you can lose money there's nothing this guy created. So his leadership is gone. It's we're being run by a toddler who wants to throw money at a situation instead of be proactive. This whole like free testing, it should have went right away. Why was this even a discussion? Free testing should be more. I mean, if we're gonna nip this thing in the bud, you gotta put all, and then he likes to use the words all hands on deck. That just kills me, man. I mean, I get your commander in chief now, but you weren't before. They're Commander Bone Spurs, but whatever. So yeah, folks, home deliveries is my issue right now. I sent it out a tweet to the Washington State Liquor Control Board. I've been Facebooking, just we need to get this damn thing under control. And the thing about Washington State, when it was medical, so when Washington State switched over to recreational, their biggest thing was 90% of people who are consumers in Washington State are not patients. This is a falsehood. A lot of people get their medicine through the stores, so they have to leave the store to go and interface. And your lower immune system people, let's face it, we don't know every place that every person's been to. So when you're touching things, this is why wash your hands is important. Try not to touch your face. Oh my God, that's so fucking hard. But these are things that we got to do, man. I mean, these sounds like low level, non things, but these are what you can do. I'm in a nursing home surrounded by sick people, and not one has said they had it, but you can believe what they say. No, they were tested up here at this nursing home, dude. This is legit. I don't get how people say this is a fucking scam. Stop watching Fox News. Stop getting your shit fucking from memes that other ignorant people share. This is not a fucking scam. I mean, there's literally cities being shut down, school systems being shut down, and if you still think it's a scam, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, bro. It's just not the way it's going to work. People are going to get sick around you. People are going to die, but if we take precautions and keep things low like it is, that's their whole talking about that wave, right? We're trying to keep that down so we don't flood the hospitals automatically, because there's reports out here, people getting sick, people just being treated. And again, I had possibly something a month and a half ago. So we don't know the containment value of this thing. So it's not a hoax. Please do not preach that. But let's go on to like other news besides. I mean, what else can I say about home deliveries? I'm not the fucking authority. I can't be like, hey, LCB, you're going to do this, because if that was the case, we'd have home grow. And then I'd never have to leave my house. But, that's not the case. So what else is going on in the world of marijuana? Oh, look at that. Turns out if your neighborhood has a fucking dispensary, your property values go up. So that's good. What else we're going to got going on here? And honestly, marijuana moment, if you're into, what kind of state license or permits do you need for home delivery? That, my friend, is the key question, because there are none. And matter of fact, there's a company out here in our peninsula area, in the Olympic area. They're going through an app. They've been trying to do and again, Washingtonians or anybody in the cannabis industry is always going to be on the edge of the law, right? We're just pushing that fuck, man, just like the Brahma or whatever. Washington doesn't have anything. And so there's a company in the peninsula that's been doing through an app, and now they're getting poked at. So if there's not in the books, you can get arrested for it. That's the problem. That's why home grow is so important for us that didn't pass this year. Is because if it's on the books, you cannot arrest me for it. Plus, it'll create a market. It'll create a whole new aspect of industry. Home delivery, for one, stores, you should enable that. Stores to deliver products, right? But what about like a weed dash? Like, what if me as an individual be like, you know what? I want to create this app and be industrious and help people, but I can't do that. So that's the problem. No home delivery in Washington State at a time of pandemic. That's fucking awesome. So back to the news. The marijuana moment's your go-to, bros. Everything in there. NFL topics. Everything cannabis. Jesus, I'm just rambling. I appreciate you guys hanging out and sticking with me. It's just a matter of me getting used to talking by myself into a screen about weed. And honestly, when I say things, it's kind of like a one sentence, right? Like home grow should be legal. Home delivery should be legal. I mean, what kind of argument do you make for and against these things? I'm just starting up in Utah. Hey, man, I appreciate every person that steps up in the industry, decides, hey, I'm going to plant this seed. I'm going to try and sell it. You know, they call you criminals. They call you outlaws. You're a farmer. You're an American. Well, who are we when we create these laws of like weight and whatever? We're creating the criminals of other Americans, which is some bullshit. But yeah, it's crazy shit. So I'm hitting up my 10-minute mark, thank God, because I really hate doing this. And I love to leave on a good note. So on that, I'm going to share a video with you guys, which I think you all should appreciate. Let's see if I can make this big. Oh, there we go.
The state had this defendant on tape selling marijuana to a female undercover police officer on several different occasions. He had no problem whatsoever hitting on the undercover officer on the audio tape, trying to pick her up and saying, "Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal."
Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Much props to that guy. Anyways, I hope you have a good weekend. Wash your fucking hands. And make sure you take care of people who are older and just can't or afraid to go out in the store and have a weaker immune systems, because they're going to need you. And if you need somebody, try and find that network. I hope you guys the best and stay healthy. Peace.